guys, the AK Option Trader back at you again. I hope you guys had a great Labor Day weekend. I know we did. Did a lot of fishing. Went down south, hung out for a couple days with the family. It was fantastic. Had a great time. Caught a lot of halibut. Now I got to deal with them. Anyway, I didn't look at a lot of charts this weekend, so I've been waiting for this week kind of to see where things are going to go and what's going to happen. The jobs number came out last week, a little worse than expected, 9.7 versus 9.6. Not enough to move the market down. But I expected some selling on Friday into the close over a 3-day weekend. Instead, we had a lot of buying, and that was a little bit odd to me. That was off. I did not expect that. So I'm going to be very curious to see if there's any follow-through with that. So let's go ahead and get on these charts here. Let's start with the VIX. VIX, I'm going to keep it really simple. Something I noticed, I had a whole bunch of trend lines, a whole bunch of lines on here, but basically all we've got going on right now is a series of higher lows and a series of higher highs, okay? Notice here's our big up move. We sold off 3 days after that. In 3 days, here's 3 days up, 3 days down. The 3 days down were a little bit higher than the 3 days up. So, where it started. So let's see if this holds, this number 2423. If we stay above that, even if we bottom here, if we stay above that, bottom here and move up, I'd expect this to go up above 30 from here, okay? Make another higher high and have a higher low. From there, we're going to be watching it if it starts uptrending from that action, okay? Another thing to be curious about is the volume. Here's a Dow, and I highlighted down there. We got two series of volume. Our big down day was a nice peak in the volume. The next 3 days were lower volume every day, even that down day there. So this up move on Friday, of course, as we expected, low volume. Okay. Now, if we look back here, same thing with this up day. We had little volume, then we had a huge volume on this up day here, and then we kind of petered off. That was our top. Could have been the same type of thing here. This big down day was kind of our bottom, big peak volume into it, and then we kind of petered up to the top here. The key to watch is, and you're going to see this in all those charts, is this August 7th high. We did not break it. Okay, we did not break that yet, so let's keep an eye on that August 7th high. We look at the S&P, same type of action going on there. Long-term downtrend. This one bottom was broke. This one's still way up on high. This one here is just that all this blue line is this August 7th high, which we're still a little bit below. I could see us going up and hitting this and offering resistance. I'm going to keep an eye on it. And if we do, what's that going to make? Could make a little bit of a head and shoulders. Although we didn't drop down here far enough, I'd like to see a lower right shoulder rather than a higher right shoulder. So just keep an eye on that. I do expect us to retest this line, and I do expect us to break that line here sometime real soon. Maybe not till we get up here. I don't think we'll make it up there, but it certainly is a possibility. All right, now on to the Nasdaq. Same thing, we're back in this wedge here, this down wedge forming. We're near the top of it. We did break above these highs over here, or this some resistance line. All right, finally broke out of that messy chop we were in. Got real close to this downtrend. You can see we broke through it once, but we didn't close above it. So it wouldn't be a shocker for me to see us pop up above it again and then close back down in it. All right, so it's just a long-term downtrend in this area here. We still got a little bit of room to get up to it. That's something to watch. We're coming up into a critical area here. I wouldn't be surprised to see us hit this and then kind of drop back down in this area here, okay? So I think this line here is going to offer some support. Maybe not tons, but it's going to offer some support. All right? So we got the Dow, the Nasdaq, the S&P. Let's look at the SPY real quick. Same thing, SPY. You know, I've had this downtrend line for a while. I'm ignoring this up here just because it makes sense to me. We hit this here. We're in a critical area. You can see we're coming to a peak. This is such a much longer term line that it should be stronger, should offer more resistance than this should offer support. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be watching for. I wouldn't be surprised to see us come up, take this, and then blow through this line eventually. Okay, so that's what I'm watching for there. That's why I have both those on there. And then the Q, same. It looks almost exactly the same, except even more so. Remember, I told you I would not short it until this line's broke. Here we did. We tested it again. Did not break it. We moved up. And we're coming back right off of it, coming off of it hard. All right. Wouldn't be surprised to see us rally right back into the top of it. But we're coming into the tip of this wedge here, and this is going to be pretty potent. I think once we break out to whatever side we do break out, and like I said, I'm thinking down just because this is a longer term downtrend line. I think it has more strength than this short, steep uptrend. This is flatter, longer term. So I'm thinking when we hit it, we might break down, but I'll be watching for the volume peak and see where we go with that. You can see here it is again. This volume right here with this down move signaled the end of it, the selling into it, and then back up. So if we see a nice volume peak on some up day, hit this and leave a topping tail there, that's what we'd be looking for, a down move on there. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at on the indices. Let's look at some individual stocks. I already have a few of them queued up. Here's PPG. Look at that. Looks pretty much the same as what I just showed you with the Q and the spiders. Same type of thing, very steep, flat down here, came up, bounced up. Now it's kind of consolidating here. In fact, you could draw another trend line right into here. You can see a nice little up move here. So it's going into another wedge here, another flag. Looking for resistance up here. If it pops up, we can hit that resistance. Then looking for down. If it breaks above it, obviously we're going to have to go long on this thing. All right. So there's a simple formation on AIG is the next one I got for you. AIG, just put this in here for one simple thing. Very nice bearish engulfing candle after a hanging man doji right here. So bearish engulfing right here. Wouldn't be surprised to see this thing take this all the way down beneath this low here, 32, whatever this is, 32.63. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this move down beneath this, off this candle right here. Okay, had a similar thing back here. I don't know if I marked it or not. I did not, but trust me, there was one back here. And that's what I'm looking at historically. This thing looks like it wants to sell off. I don't think it's going to bust above this high. So that's AIG. It's been in the news. You should know that it is not a good long play right now. NovL. This is one I like, especially if it rallied back up into here. This would be a great short, I think. But it might be topping right now. So I'll be watching this. If this starts breaking down, this would be one I'd jump on. And I think we could get down here to the $4. I actually think we'd get down here to 385 or so. So just be watching 385. Could be a short opportunity. It might pop up again another day or two before it hits here. But if not, if it starts turning over and breaks yesterday's or Friday's lows, I think it'd be a great short opportunity for somebody. Maybe me. I don't know. I'll be watching it. Ford, F. This is just F Ford. Just I was looking at this today. Looked at this real nice resistance here. Real nice gap through the resistance, which is normal if you're going to blow through resistance. Nice move up. Then it started selling off. Selling. And it's been in a downtrend ever since then. I got a nice hanging man here. Nice retest of this downtrend line. I think I'd play this all the way down. And I think eventually it's going to retest this bottom line and probably break it. All right. If not, if this holds as support, then we're bust to the upside. But I think we're definitely going to retest this before we break to the outside here. Okay. So nice little short play for you. ADSK, Autodesk is the next one I want to show you. This is a long play here. You can see right here we have a pretty decent area of support. All right, not picture perfect, but decent. You can see we got kind of a cup with handles formation. We broke out, retested it, now we closed above it. Wouldn't be surprised to see this take back off from here. Kind of got a bullish engulfing candle right here if you look closely. It's a bullish engulfing at a bottom on a pretty decent support area off a pretty decent cup with handles formation. I wouldn't be surprised to see this break out to new highs if the market doesn't take it down. Okay, so that's what I'd be watching for on that. AMAT is the next one. See if we can fit this in here. I just like this, the retest of this high right here. All right, looks like it wants to stall. It's 3 gaps up. I think this thing might stall out right here, and we could see another down move. You can see it's in a downward channel here. I didn't outline it, but it looks like a downward channel, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this bad boy fall out. And I think I had one more here. FAST. Just a nice down channel. Real simple play. Now, be cautious with this because it could be a bullish flag down channel, which is a longer term flag movement where it would pop up to the upside. But currently right now it's in a little channel, so I'd just be playing it. If you get confirmation of a down move, you can play it down to here, play it up, play it down, play it up until it breaks out, which looking like to me if it's going to break out, it might break out to the upside maybe on the next move up. So there you have it. A few charts to look at, a few things we're looking at. I think this market's starting to break down. Watching for volume coming up this week. This week is going to be kind of give us a pointer as to where we may head for the rest of this month and perhaps the rest of this year. So let's be watching closely. I'll be updating the blog as we go through the week. This will be AK Option Trader signing off. Trade well.